13 years. And Mrs. Taylor over here has been my lesson teacher for 10 of those years, since I was, since I was 8 years old, so I've known her for over half my life. And so basically my love for music stemmed from all of the things that I learned from her. So she's also going to be my page turner today. That's why she's up here. So the first piece is a piece by Bach called Invention Number 13. He has tons of inventions, so this one's like the 13th one. And it's a really great piece for getting warmed up, so that's why I'm doing it first. Cool. Cakewalk, and this is coming from a book that I got as my primary piano lesson book when I was in 7th grade, I believe. So they're called the Keith Snell series, and this is book 8, and there's 10 series that kind of just go by difficulty, and it's just like classical piano. So when I got this level 8 book when I was in 7th grade, I thought that that meant I was really cool, because if I was already on the 8th out of 10 books, then that means I was like 80% of the way to mastering piano. So that was what my thought process was. So this song was the first piece that I actually attempted to learn. It's really difficult, and when I was in 7th grade, I could not get it. So I just kind of tossed it aside for a few years, and then a few months ago, I was like, maybe I'll just learn it again for my recital. It's not any easier than it was back then, but it's a fun piece. So. first song that I actually learned in 7th grade that I could actually play in 7th grade. It's a really fun piece. There's actually a song that I had memorized for a while, and I like to play it on the pianos around the school because GCC has several pianos that are positioned around the school. They've gotten progressively more unusable and out of tune, but back then they sounded okay. Yeah. This is The Cuckoo by Louis Daquin, if I'm saying his name right, and I probably am not. Of the 3 sonatas that I'll be playing today, because people that wrote classical music didn't like giving them interesting names, apparently. So this is Sonata L58 by Domenico Scarlatti. This next piece is by a composer named Eric Satie, who wrote very simple pieces, but they're all really great to listen to. This is probably one you've heard before. He wrote a series of pieces called The Three Gymnopedies. This is Gymnopedy 1. piece that I told myself I would never play again because I spent a year learning it, and by the time I was done, I was so sick of it that I was pretty sure I would never ever want to play it again. I played it for a few different recitals and competitions, and I ended up wanting to play it today just so it could be in another performance because it's been in so many. Okay, this is Piano Sonata number 16 in C major, first movement by Mozart. too. Okay. So every year, the Pikes Peak Music Teachers Association has this. Sorry, it's not every year. It's every other year. They have this sonata competition. So a sonata slash a sonatina is a piece that has 3 movements, and the first movement is usually like happy and a medium tempo. The second is slower, and then the third is usually crazy fast. So this is Sonata, Opus 88, number 3. Actually, it's sonatina. I wrote it as sonata, but it's a sonatina. Tchaikovsky. This is a piece that I learned my sophomore year, and this is also one I played on the school pianos a lot. Abby over here is going to recognize this one because sophomore year we actually used to eat lunch by the pianos, and I would play piano a lot during lunch. Before they started yelling at people for playing piano anytime during school hours, even though they have the pianos there, which doesn't make any sense. Anyways, so this is Valse or Waltz by Peter Tchaikovsky. This next one is Arabesque by Claude Debussy. And this piece is one of her favorites. And I spent a long time learning this one when my books were stuck together.
Music always brings you back to a certain time and place so often, and I think we were doing our lessons on Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was working on this song, and that was an interesting.
It was a little tricky because when you're doing your lessons over Zoom, she can't see what I'm doing, so she just kind of has to go off of what she hears. But at the same time, half of what she hears is just crackling and buffering. But we still managed to get this song done. If you look at the program, you might have noticed that the next 4 pieces after this were all written by the same composer. And that is because this next piece that I'm about to play, Wedding Day at Trollhagen, was a piece that I learned for a festival, which isn't really a competition, but it's like a kind of a piano recital, but with people from different teachers, and there's one central theme. And after playing this piece, I discovered that I just really liked Grieg's music, and I started to listen to it more, so I decided to learn more pieces after that. But this next piece, Wedding Day at Trollhagen, I learned in like mid to late 2020, so we were pretty much still on lockdown, but I am notoriously bad at memorizing songs, so this song is 7 minutes long, and I had to memorize it then. And I was really scared, so I ended up going around to some of my neighbors and ringing their doorbells, and then having them come over and stand on my porch with the windows open so they could listen to me play, just so I could get the experience, because I was terrified to play this in front of a group of people. And when I did play it, I played it really well, and I managed to have it all from memory. I still do not have it from memory at all whatsoever, but it's a very fun song to play. piano book that my aunt in the front row here, Aunt Jackie, got for me. Because the Christmas of the year that I learned that song, I requested a book of Greek pieces. So this is a really excellent book. He wrote a lot of what were called lyric pieces, and I wish I could give you more history on them, but they're very imaginative pieces, and for each of them, I know I personally have something really specific that I imagine when I hear each one. So the first one is Elves Dance. It's a short and sweet one. We'll stay over. like a quick 5-minute intermission.
Okay.